Okay, so I have decided that I wanted to do a series of videos talking about my experience in college in my freshman year. Um, it's kind of random, but I really feel like there are a lot of people out there. If anyone is seeing this, I don't know. If no one sees this, okay. But it's just a way to kind of clear my thought, my brain space a little bit. But I kind of just wanted to share like four different types of time periods that I went through in my freshman year of college. It was quite an experience. It was definitely a learning experience, that's for sure. But yeah, so I guess I could start off. I'm going to start off with talking about my roommate. Now, I know I'm not the only one who has experienced that first roommate when you first get out of college, out of high school, and you're going into college, and you don't know who you're about to deal with. You don't know who to expect. You don't know what to expect. So when I first got to my dorm room, we were in these old traditional dorms. I went to Grambling. Nothing against Grambling. Grambling is amazing or whatever, but I'm a third generational person who went to Grambling. My grandmother went, my mom went, I went, and we all graduated from it. But anyway, so I went to Grambling, and they still, when I went there in 2008, they still had the old dorms that like even my mom was in. And I think some that even my grandmother was in. They've remodeled the school so many times sometime throughout the years, but for the most part it's been the same dorms. So I was in one of the old traditional dorms, and most freshman dorms, no matter where it is in the US, to my knowledge, is it's the open space where you're basically looking at your roommate face to face. You don't have your own individual little space. You're actually sharing the same space. And we had like one sink, and I happened to bring a TV. So that was it. So we were sharing my TV. I didn't have a remote. I feel like I did have a remote, but it didn't work or something like that. So I had to press the buttons on the TV sometimes, whatever. So everything was fine. I finally met my roommate. She was this 6'1" girl, big girl, bigger than me. I'm a big girl, but she was bigger than me. All this stuff is essential only because of like something that's I'm about to tell you about. So anyway, she was who she was. That was fine. I ain't had no problem with her. She was great, cool person, whatever. She was a criminal justice major, and I don't know. She seemed really sweet. She really did. So over some time, we started to catch on to each other's quirks that we didn't like about each other, kind of off the bat. Our dorm was 2 floors. It was, top and bottom, and we only had 2 washers and 4 dryers. And each floor had like, I want to say like 10, it might not be 10, it might be more than 10, at least 10 rooms on each floor. So let's just say 20 rooms with at least 2 girls in each, having to share 2 washers of the entire dorm and 4 dryers. So yeah, what you would have to do is have a cluster of your clothes and just do one trip of just washing these clothes or whatever. And then you have to stay down there and watch your clothes, and nobody like takes it out and be like, no, I'm gonna wash because no one's here watching theirs and blah blah blah. So anyways, it was that kind of dorm. It was a mess. It was interesting, but I had the experience. So we also had communal showers. So the shower where everybody has their own little space they go in, but it's open for the most part. You just have a sheet and that's it. So we had communal showers. That was my first time experiencing that. I was like, okay, I got shower shoes for it and everything. It was an experience, and I would never trade it in, because now when I get later on, we move or whatever, and we go to more modernized dorms, and you have your own secure space, and I'm like, I can sit here and say I was in a communal shower and blah blah blah. Anyway, besides the point. So from there, we I used to have my clothes. I mean, I don't even know how to describe the dorm room. You had nothing but like a closet and like a little stand space that had a door to it, and like 3 drawers, and that was it. That was your closet. That was your little space. So I had a trunk. I thought I had two trunks at the time. I might have just had my one trunk. I feel like I had two trunks for my clothes, and I had a suitcase. I didn't really have, I had a laundry bag, but still, I had to let stuff collect before I go wash clothes. So, what I used to do was, I used to have these piles on my side of the room of clothes. I had whites, I had undergarments, and I had like regular clothes, and they had their own piles. But I would cover them with sheets, so it's not like you can see it. It's not like you're exposed to any if there's a smell or anything. It wasn't like that. I knew what I was doing, honey. I was my mom, potpourri, all that. Look, we was good, okay. I wasn't trifling, okay. I wasn't raised that way. So, anyways, I have these piles, and she has a problem with that. I was like, oh, okay, sorry, but explain the situation. She knows our situation. So over time, I started catching on to some things that she would do. And she was quite messy. She was a really messy person. Try not to curse in this video, but like I probably will. But she was very fucking messy. I don't know how else to say it. That's what she was. So she becomes friends with this one girl that was right next door to us, who all the way up to me graduating from college, we didn't like each other. It just never happened. It was a bad start. I kind of was at fault with that. It was just weird. But anyways, didn't work out. And so her and her, they both became best friends or whatever. She's so short. She's like under 5 feet. And of course, like I told you, my roommate's like 6'1". So they're just like the greatest, opposite of friends or whatever, which is fine. So what happened was I started to catch on that she was really disgusting. So I told you we had this one sink. And between me and her, it was like our one sink and our mirror. That was all we had as our little like bathroom area in the room. And my side, I always kept my side nice and clean and pristine and in order. My toothbrush, my all my little stuff, toiletries or whatever. Her side, we're grown folks at this point. I'm not cleaning your crap. However, I have to share this sink with you. So I cleaned the sink part, like the inner sink part, but I never cleaned her side because the fuck? You're grown. You got this. You can clean your own shit. She had hair, and I don't mean just like, oh, random pieces of hair. It was literally hair all over her side of the sink, on her toothbrush, on her towel, on her cup that she used to clean with mouthwash and stuff. It was disgusting. Then she had toothpaste. You know how you have toothpaste left in the sink and it dries and crust up and stuff? All on her side. It was disgusting. It was nasty. Like, it was just fucking gross. I'm sorry. That's just what it was. So anyways, she was gross. I caught on to that. She had one time she had a pizza box. She had ordered pizza and the box still had remnants of food in it, and it stayed there for 3 days on her side, on her desk. Where we do that at? Where do we do that at? But that's what she did. So anyways, I digress. So we finally reach a climax point where tensions are growing high. I can't stand her. Then she has another friend that I can't stand because they're friends, and she goes back and gossip to her saying I'm like this and I'm like that. And I'm like, you don't know me, but whatever. And I have my best friend Ashley, and she's always with me. And the friend that I was just talking about, her friend name is Ashley too. Irony. Anyways, so like one time they came to my room and I was in such a bad mood. I was watching like on the History Channel because I love history. I was watching on the History Channel something about Hitler and the Nazis. And so I was trying to give the vibe like, don't mess with me. Like, I'm not in the mood. And they're just sitting there on her bed and I'm sitting there on my bed just watching this program. And they're wondering like, when is she going to turn the channel and blah, blah, blah. Because remember, I'm the one with the TV and it was fine. And we agreed that everything was good. But she started being a little thing. So I had to change the rules a little bit. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, we finally reach a climax where she said something smart to me, And I said something smart back to her, because you're not going to talk to me like I'm a child. You're not going to talk to me like you own me and that you're big and badder than me. And you're not going to be disrespectful to me when I haven't been disrespectful to you. I've been keeping my mouth quiet. I'm not a confrontational person. I really am not. I'm so bubbly. Oh my gosh, unicorns and rainbows. Like, that's me. But she tried it. She went there. I don't fight. I really don't. But I don't know what I could do. So I kind of was just talking big and bad. Like, let's get it. 6'2", 6'1", whatever, girl. Let's get it. I'm like 5. What, I was like 5'6". I didn't stand a chance as far as height. Maybe I did. I don't know. But I really wasn't trying to fight. Because, you know, once you get to college, you go to jail. Okay, there's a difference. There's a big difference between college and high school with how they charge you with fighting. But anyway, so we get to a point where we started yelling at you. For the life of me, I don't know what triggered it, but she got loud with me. So she opened our door, the main door to get to the hallway and go downstairs. Her little short friend shows up, and she's like holding her back. Her little short friend, who is under 5 feet, is holding her back from trying to do something to me. And I'm walking towards her like, what's up? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. It was a culmination or combination, whatever word you want to use, of all the stuff I had dealt with her. It was beyond the stuff I told you. It was other things she would do. It intertwined with, like, we had mutual friends. I had friends that was in her department for criminal justice. It was just like, she was messy for no reason. Just because the sky was blue. She was messy. Anyways, so eventually, after our little incident, she went her way, I went my way, calmed down for like a night. So some time goes by, we're not talking to each other. So one morning, I swear it was a Monday. I don't know why I remember this. It's gross. Just a warning, it's gross. Women, you understand. Men, it's gross. You don't have to listen to this. You can actually leave by now. I don't even know why you're watching this. I'm just kind of talking to myself and digesting what the hell just happened. So one morning, I'm just sleeping in my corner on my bed, and she's like, her bed is positioned a way where I can see her face too or whatever, but it's kind of shaped weird. I don't know. Anyway, so she wakes up, and she can't see I'm up. She was looking to see if I was up, but I wasn't. But I was up. She couldn't see I was up. And I'm looking, I'm like, what the hell is she doing? She gets up from her bed, and her pants are red. We already know where this is going. Okay. So she had a moment. It happens. It really does. Some people, like, for example, I have irregular cycles. You don't have to hear all this. Just know. Irregular cycles meaning that once a month thing doesn't apply to me, honey. I've gone a whole year without having one. And then when it did come back, it wasn't even that much. I just have a weird lining. Part of it is weight. You know, I'm a big girl. That actually affects a lot of flows and stuff. So it's a lot of different things, but I don't have a regular, and I don't think she did either. So sometimes, you know, one day you'll be perfectly fine, and by the time you wake up, it'll just be freaking Jordan River everywhere. But it's red, the Red Sea. Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry. I guess I got to put a warning before this. Just slapped the hell out of my thigh just now. So she goes and cleans herself up. I said, okay, good. Do your thing, girl. Go take a shower. She did all that. She got her sheets. She got most of her sheets because it got onto the bed. And so, you know, it goes through and it can get through to the mattress and stuff. So, of course, the beds are not ours. The beds came with the room. So they're the school's. So she gets most of the sheets, like the comforter, like the top sheets. But what she decides to do, which is disgusting, it's just disgusting no matter how you look at it. She decides, it's kind of like when a child pees in the bed and they try to cover it up with like towels and then put the sheets back on top or something. That's what she did. So she decided, instead of cleaning it really the right way, instead of reporting saying, hey, I had a thing, you know, I need a new mattress, blah, blah, blah. And I can understand it might seem a little embarrassing, but for the most part, there's a sanitary issue there too, honey. That's just wrong. So remember, she complained about my clothes and how she made it seem like it had a smell. Honestly, I promise you, all I ever smelled when I came back into my room was potpourri. people could say, well, no, you're used to your smell, so you didn't realize the different blah, blah, blah. No, trust me, there was no smell in my clothes. I made sure of that. That's disgusting. I wouldn't do that. However, because she didn't properly do the right things with this mattress, the room smelled like blood for 2 weeks. I lived in this room with this girl for 2 weeks of blood because she wanted to wipe it down with a towel and that was it. And so the evidence was done. So then she put layers of towels or sheets or something on, on that spot and act like it didn't happen. Ew. Absolutely. That is disgusting. That is not what you do. That is not the way we do things. That is just wrong on so many levels. I could get a disease from your ass. I ain't got time for that. That is just gross. So anyway, yes, that's what she did. And that was like, I think it was like a month before we were about to leave to go back for winter break. And we were going to go back home and all that stuff. But yeah, so I don't even remember the rest of the semester because it was just a mess with that. I was just trying to get through my exams and go home. And that was pretty much it. And that was my first full semester of with this roommate. So that's the first part, is the roommate. Other stuff happened in my first semester. So that's a whole nother video. But yeah, that was my first roommate. I don't even know what else. I don't know how to conclude this. But yeah, that was my first roommate at college. I want to say university. I'm so used to listening to certain people call their college university. We don't say that. We say college and that's it. But whatever. Anyways, so yeah, I think I'm just going to go straight into talking about the other stuff that happened in my first semester in another video because this is a lot. I have to really absorb what just happened because even though you may not get the full extent of what I had to deal with, I still linger back to it because it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with her. She, even to the point when I graduated, she was still messy. Every time she would see me, she'd be like, oh, hi, Angelica. Don't talk to me if you're going to be a bitch, basically. I mean, I don't like to use that word, but like, yeah, basically, you being a bitch. Like, don't do that to me. Don't be sarcastic. I don't like half-ass hearted people. Don't do that. You know, if you don't like me, don't like me. Just don't be fake and don't be messy. Like, grow up. I thought we were past that. But anyway, that's all I have to say with this video. On to the next. Oh my gosh. I will say this, your first semester or your first year in college, you get a lot of first. I didn't even say all the other stuff that started off my semester. Wow. Okay. All right. Next video.